Why am I doing this? Well, it's the opening night of the Minecraft movie. It's pretty dead here. I'm kind of impressed. I don't know, Mojang. I think this one's gonna be a flop, if you ask me. Well, here I am at nearly 10:30 at night, Thursday night, the week of April Fools, and the sprinklers are turning on. There's people running with their dogs, like trying not to get wet, and they just got fucking soaked. Okay, that's pretty funny. I don't like holding it up. I'm so fucking tall, I look like a dumbass holding it up. Okay, there's more. There's people that came out of the movie theater and now they're yelling, so I don't know, maybe I don't want to get spoiled. I'd be so pissed if I was fucking spoiled for this. Like, I went out of my way to come here. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a real piece of shit. But I'm excited. Okay, it's popping off a little bit here now. Okay, there's more people running. The sprinkler is like a fucking AoE, or is like a fucking stage hazard. There's so many people dodging it right now, and it's like has attitude. Okay, so I'm really curious to see a few things, like how many people are actually here seeing this thing. 2, when I went to buy the tickets, I'm gonna take a screenshot before or when I sit down, but there was like a whole line taken out of seats. I'm really confused about that. At the latest showing that they had for this, I want to see who in particular is going to show up this late. Like, I know it ain't gonna be kids because they got school tomorrow, so it's like it's gonna be like my age bracket or older, or like no one. Like, this is gonna, I don't know. I'm really curious to see how this movie does. I got so many questions. But, okay, a little bit of context, I guess. I'm in like a decently sized area. Oh, this is gonna be like horrible cinematography. People are gonna get like sick watching this. That's okay, I'm just using clips. Fuck was that? Sprinkler's doing more shit. I'm gonna have a fucked up time editing this now because of the sprinkler.
Holy fuck.
Oh shit. What the fuck is that, man? When you're recording on an iPhone and you're listening to music, when you start recording it would stop the music. So now the music is playing. So I don't know if it's like playing with the recording or not. I'm just listening to Mag Bay talking about this fucking piece of shit.
Who are you?
Top dog.
Hey, did you know that this thing is directed by the director of Napoleon Dynamite?
No, I'm freaking starved. I didn't get to eat anything today.
They paid the Napoleon Dynamite director to like come out of retirement for this. Actually, I don't really know if he's out of retirement. I might be dumbass for saying that. I think the only thing I can do is just fucking puff up my chest and walk in there like a man, ready to experience whatever is to come. I don't know if I'm ready. This is gonna suck. This is gonna be really bad. I'm gonna laugh a lot though, I think. Oh God. What am I in for, man? What did I do? Hey look, it's kinda like a Minecraft wall. They're really going hard on this. What the fuck? They got Minecraft fucking... Is that a minecart? Is that a minecart? I think it's a fucking minecart. I could see this 3 times. Oh my God, I could see this 3 times. 3 times. Oh my God, I can see Minecraft 3 times.
Gross.
Oh, where to even start with something like this? I guess I can give a briefest of brief intros to me and why this is my first fucking review. I have wanted to talk about movies on YouTube for a while. Video essay. No. Not like that. I mean, kind of like that in some cases. Mainly, I'm here to just chat and shoot the shit about what I'm seeing. I like watching bad movies. I think it's fun. Ever since I got, I don't know, into like shitty fucking live action adaptations.
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man.
Get that thing to stop!
I mean, these crappy video game movie adaptations have been around forever. Or not forever, but like, you know, for as long as I've been around, they've been kind of a prevalent thing. Like slowly up and coming, I would say, into more popularity and more appeal. Bigger, they get bigger too, bigger actors, you know. Like we've only seen video game adaptations get bigger, so I've got skin in the game with video game adaptations because I was curious about that fucking shitty Mario Brothers movie, like growing up. So it's like they started off pretty bad, I would say. There was that shitty Doom movie that no one remembers, complete piece of shit. As of late, I think because of a lot of animated features, you argue they're better. Like you have the Mario Brothers movie, Detective Pikachu, really good examples. Then again, that's Nintendo money behind those things too. But we'll get to Minecraft. Minecraft's got fucking Microsoft money behind it. $150 fucking million movie, okay? So, but then even on the other hand, movies like this, like Minecraft, that are live action, kind of trying to get video gamey stuff, like put it together somehow, so you can have these actors on your posters so that it's marketable, and so that dad who likes fucking Jason Momoa or Jack Black wants to go to see the Minecraft movie with you. Even so, movies like Sonic 3 particularly, that being the best one, IMO, really prove that you can balance it out well and that it can be actually funny and that it can work, something like that. So the fact that this movie is such a piece of shit and so weird as it is a testament to like ignorance, because like they had the best of influences around them between everything I just listed. And if you take Minecraft fundamentally, I mean, you can look at like stuff like the Lego movie. When this Minecraft movie has been talked about and people were the trailers and like just in general, but like, oh, it's a Minecraft movie, I instantly was like, oh, well, the Lego movie is a great blueprint because it's kind of the same principle. They really dropped the ball there because the Lego movie uses its source so creatively and with such tact in both films, I would say, even though the second one, and Lego Batman too, though, right? It takes it and is creative with it, and actually, like, those movies have a lot of heart, a lot of character, and they're creative as fuck. Great blueprint right there. And they're pretty much, there's like, besides a little bit of Will Ferrell live action bullshit, they're pretty much fully animated. So the Lego proved you could go full animated when Minecraft has done full animated projects before. I know, with like the Telltale thing is a good example. I'm pretty sure that I don't know how popular it was, but okay, but I need to get started now. So let's talk about this. I'm sitting up, I'm like serious. I'm like, yeah, fuck Minecraft movie. Oh my god, it's like Lawrence of Arabia. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Monday, I realize it's April Fool's. I'm like, oh shit, when that Minecraft movie coming out again? Because that'd be really funny joke to go and see that. Oh, it's coming out this week. 4th? Oh my god, that's way too soon. Weird that this movie comes out the week of April 1st. I know. I don't know if that's like a weird like in-joke on the studio or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I think it's funny, nevertheless. I think it is very, very fitting for this movie's unfortunate fucked up legacy that it's gonna have. So then I was like, okay, easiest time for me to see it is actually going to be opening night. So I was like, okay, let's double down. I was like, fuck it. I'll go see it the latest showing possible in like a pretty well-populated area just to see what would happen. To see who shows up, how packed it is, like people's reactions in the theater. I can kind of figure how kids will react. I wanted to particularly go to a showing where I knew there wouldn't be a lot of them, not because they would be fucking annoying, but because I want to see the other side of the coin. And that was this. Who the fuck is seeing this at 10:30 opening night? It was dead. The fact that that row in front of me was completely bought out. And I looked, and I don't think it was full. So I don't know what that was. I have no idea if that is like forced marketing, like they were trying to like inflate the like the sales or something. Like I'm really not sure. It was very strange. But nevertheless, I had a fine theater experience. AMC is like really fucking depending on like the marketing aspect of this. They got Minecraft shit in the all of the checkout lanes, and I saw Minecraft shit in the trash. People been buying it. They had a fucking minecart goddamn popcorn bucket. So they're all in on that. Like, we need these kids to get their parents to buy them all this shit in the checkout lane. Oh, and may I note that I don't know if AMC is like leaning into the Nicole Kidman meme, but they have a tote bag that I saw. I kind of want it, but I have too many fucking tote bags. Everyone in California has too many fucking tote bags, I bet. And it just says AMC, we make movies better. It's like her fucking quote on a tote bag, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want that because it's kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know if they were directly leaning into the commercial meme, or if that's just like they're trying to make that like AMC's motto or whatever, right? Companies trying to have mottos in 2025 when they're like reducing their logos down to like skeletons of their former selves is funny to me. The theater experience was fine. It was expected. I had like a lot of space on my sides as well in a pretty popular row. The people to the left of me felt like they were maybe genuine like Minecraft fans. I don't know, because they were laughing at some of the jokes. Like, I think legitimately. The people watching aspect of this for me was very appealing. I wasn't like sitting there like at the I'm not some kind of freak. I pay attention to the sounds and shit happening around me. And then on the right of me, a few other seats down, were two guys, I think maybe my age or a little bit older, who were definitely, I think, there for similar reasons I was, if not, I think, more extreme than me even. I was going into this giving it a chance, knowing it is gonna be a piece of shit based on what we've seen. The guys next to me, by the end of the movie, it straight up felt like they were just hate watching, which is really funny to me, like, because of something that I will note in a second. At the end of it, they said, oh, there's 2 hours of my life I'll never get back, when the movie's an hour and 40, first of all, but you count the trailers. But yeah, the two guys to the right of me didn't like, they laughed few times at like some of the very in Minecraft humor jokes, like they like the humor that is like for the gamers, right? Like for the real gamers. They had a few actually, which I was surprised about. But yeah, they laughed at a few of those. Like there's a panda like there's two like there's like it's like a Family Guy cutaway gag almost, where it has nothing to do with what's going on. It just like pans down randomly to the two pandas, and then like one of them picks up a random piece of bamboo and eats it, and then like you see the hearts show up, and then a baby just spawns in out of nowhere, and it's supposed to just be like a haha, there's no sex in this world gag, or like I don't know how like I guess visually ridiculous it is to see that translated directly onto film. The funnier part about that, if they were truly hate watching, is like, why would you spend to go in the Dolby Atmos theater or whatever? I accidentally paid more to go in the fucking Dolby theater, which just has like, I guess, a better picture and sound. It's bullshit. The only real one you want to pay for, in my opinion, is IMAX. IMAX is worth it, and then again, only if the damn movie was shot for IMAX. That's the only time you want to pay more to go see a movie. But it was really funny that I went in and was like, oh my god, I accidentally paid way more than I had to. But it was the most convenient time for me to see it, so whatever. It ended up working out. You have a whole new studio literally for this, Mojang Studios. The movie starts with a new production company logo for Mojang Studios. Like, okay, what else are you guys gonna fucking do? And the movie's $150 million. Like, okay. You want some fucking great examples? Shrek 2. Shrek 2, $150 million to make that. Shrek 2 is amazing and looks incredible for a fucking 2004 animated movie. I think, like, it's like Shrek is a little dated, but I think all in all, the movie looks great. A lot better than some of these fucking green screen shots you have in this fucking movie. Sorry, God. Blade Runner 2049, another movie like this that uses a shit ton of CGI. Also, Warner Brothers, the list goes on. Transformers Dark of the Moon, you got literally for like the same amount of money, they paid ILM to come in and do their fucking special effects. Like, okay, like, we see you, Paramount, okay, you want your movie to look good, whereas, like, instead of committing to making the, like, green screening look good here, they half-assed it. Or instead of committing to a full animated picture, which would have been more in line with Minecraft's core artistic style, and like just overall more consistent, and it would have been a better movie. Would have been less weird. You would have had to have less like weird human shit as you do in this movie. This movie suffers from so many this common trope, not only in video game movies, but just movies like Transformers, like live action, where it's this notion of the human stuff, right? It's like, we know what we came into this fucking Minecraft movie for. We didn't come here to learn about Jason Momoa's goddamn failed like Donkey Kong Championship backstory. Like, we're not here for that. Except in this movie, we get like a full arc around it. But yeah, what if I told you the Minecraft movie is a fucking isekai? What if I told you that Minecraft is, yeah, it's an isekai now. It's always has been, I guess. Steve worked in a fucking office job wearing what he wore, I guess. And then he like fucking took like his mashed potato shitty TV dinner lunch and like made the mines out of it. I remembered it existed. And then, oh, there's a MacGuffin in the mines. Literally, there was like so many bad tropes like 5 minutes in. Like, you had like I yearn for the mines within 5 minutes, like twice. You had like a MacGuffin item that opens up the Minecraft world. I don't know who the fuck this movie was for. The dialogue being like just Steve yelling shit funnily. And then the most like cringe, like they're trying to be so relatable to the current generation and shit. It was just like, yeah, like cringe ass humor out the gate. Like my brain is already like I've it's like it came in one ear and out the other, because I was like, oh, my brain was like, I don't need to make space for that. There's no we don't need to make we don't need to make space for that. But like there's just so much needless exposition. It's really it bogs the movie down so much. Like, we don't care who Steve is. Like the movie misses the point. Like, Steve is just a player character. It was just a fucking villain name. It was Link, right? It's like Link doesn't really have a fucking personality. Like, you can name in Zelda, you can Link whatever you want. It's you. It's hard. It's really hard, because it's like, what do? Do you have the isekai, or do you just have original characters in the universe? And I mean, what? There's Steve, there's Alex, there's the tennis guy from the Xbox skin. You can make that guy a character. Just take them. Like, those guys are memorable. Everyone loves those stupid Xbox skins. Make them all characters. Whatever. Did they make like a pig character in one of the fucking games? Like, do that. Like, be creative with it. Instead of just being like Jason Momoa, Jack Black. Those are their characters. This movie, between the bad CGI, the weird isekai element, this movie, instead of taking from the good blueprints I was talking about, it took from the blueprint of Jumanji with The Rock. That's what this movie feels like. So weird. It's such a weird comparison that you would not think of thinking about a Minecraft live action movie, or thinking about this movie even looking at it in the trailers. But watching it, I was like, wow, I'm reminded completely of the cringe humor of that movie, the bad like effects, and like the weird, it just felt like people doing a job on all aspects of production, really, which I kind of got here too, unfortunately. Besides the music, I would say, because even if some of the music is cringe, Jack Black's was singing, and some of like his stupid jingle for his goddamn automatic chicken fucking lava killer thing was kind of funny. Maybe it's just because I like Jack Black singing. This movie is dense for 140 minutes and a lot of human bullshit. It's actually fucking dense. One thing that was apparent throughout the whole movie is that when you're doing something like this with a video game adaptation, right, you can't abide by the video game rules one-to-one. It's impossible for that to translate into a working story. We understand that. I think a smart writer, maybe not the 5 writers that this movie had, a smart writer or writers can apply it and make it work, like the ones I was listing. Mario, that was translated really well, like the way that they incorporated like Mario learning the levels and shit, and like the world, and like that's a really good example of that. I would say Castlevania as well, the show on Netflix, definitely, because it's like that incorporates like so many aspects of that mythos and lore. I'm not really familiar with a lot of it, but I know that it's like really applying it well. Instead of trying to do what I just said, this movie in so many areas just ignores Minecraft's rules and like established things, like for the sake of the story, instead of trying to be creative, or in the first place just writing a good story like with the rules that we all know so that it's satisfying. There was one way that this movie broke the rules of Minecraft that I liked, and I will get to that. But there was a lot more that were worse, and those were ones like
the gas explosion breaking the Nether portal. Like, that's a clear like that doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. They took the collar off of the dog, and he went feral again. The dog tag came with a name on it instead of just like you naming the dog. Like, they could have had an isekai villain with doing an isekai, or they could have just made the movie a journey like Lord of the Rings, where they're trying to just get to the Ender Dragon. Like, there's nothing about the Ender Dragon in this movie. It completely disregards even that part of Minecraft's like journey. Like, you think like, oh, I'm going to see the Minecraft movie. By the end of it, they're gonna fight the Ender Dragon, right? No, little Timmy, they don't. It's a big Avengers portal fucking that fires a light in the sky. And there's a big stupid fight. That's what you get. You don't get to see what your dream Minecraft movie is and should be, which is like a sick-ass animated fight between Steve and the Ender Dragon. Like seeing him like how you like use all of your stuff to beat the Ender Dragon, like different ways of like doing it and shit. Instead, it's just like a straight up like even the color palette of the end fight is like ripped out of Endgame. It's like the same like purple rocks or whatever that they have. Like the characters like throw just a bunch of Minecraft items like randomly on a crafting table and slap it down and it like makes something. And I guess maybe it's like maybe they're playing with the idea of people just like when they're playing survival just throwing random shit into the crafting thing and seeing what happens. You know what? Maybe that's fine. Maybe that was an okay way of doing that. I don't know how, maybe you feel different. Maybe in retrospect that was actually fine. Just the fact that it made like Jason Momoa made like a stupid double bucket thing. I don't know. Maybe he should have just made like a hoe. Like, that would have been funnier. He just makes like oh, it's a farming tool or something. And then like Jason Momoa is like running around fighting things with like a hoe that whole time, because like that would be like funny. Like, he uses like his only diamond to make like a diamond hoe or something. Like, that would have been funnier than making a stupid double bucket thing that isn't even in the game and wasn't even like funny. Like, that's like a I think a classic joke in Minecraft was like you run around with like a hoe because it's like a piece of shit and it doesn't do anything. The name is kind of funny, right? So the pigmen from the Nether are just like already organized and like they have a leader and they're like ready to kick Steve's ass, instead of they could have done like there's like so many jokes you can do there about like someone goes in and doesn't know that the pigmen are gonna like fight you when you hit them, and like they get scared and accidentally hit them or something. And then you can like do something with that later creatively, where like someone goes in and like gets them mad and like gets a horde of them mad and brings them through the portal for a reason or something. Like, I'm sitting here in my chair thinking of more creative ideas than this fucking movie had. The only creative bit I'll give the movie for like breaking the Minecraft rules was using things from the human world on the crafting table. I thought that was pretty cool and pretty creative. Although they did it for one thing. I'm thinking they did it for one thing. For the kid made a tater tot gun that he shoots an ender pearl out of in the end fight. Yeah. It's like really cool that that's a thing that you can do in the universe. So it's like they should have done more of that. Like expand the fuck on that. I'm trying to remember if like they did anything else in there, and I don't think they did. They didn't explore like, I don't know, maybe if you do die in the Minecraft world in this universe, you would die. I don't know. They could have explored that in a funny way, like respawning. Very early on, that another thing that kept me asking, like, who is this movie for? In like the scene where we first are meeting like the piglins and the villain, the main villain like straight up, there's like a little piglin just like drawing a picture, and the villain is like, "What are you doing over there? Come here." And then like, "Oh, pictures aren't gonna help us win." And then like fucking like straight up violently like stabs them, and like I think like the you see the knife like go in to them, and then like they like poof, and then like a meat falls, right? But it's like it was completely uncalled for since that moment. In like another movie it might be funny, but like it just felt really jarring. It's the kind of thing that in the right like juxtaposition I might laugh at, like something like that I could find funny, but even in this circumstance I was just like, that wasn't funny. And I was also thinking like, damn, a lot of kids probably found that kind of disturbing. Like, I get you're trying to maybe make them like mad at this villain, like, yeah, do your job, but like not in that way. Like that where it's like to like, I'm surprised that that was kept in. Like, I really wanted to know, like that had to be the most divisive thing they kept in from test audiences, I imagine. Like, I'm very curious because that joke stands out to me, even because like I laugh at dark humor. I like dark humor. But that was just weird and uncalled for. The movie has the movie has opening credits. Like, do you know who your main target audience is? Like, they don't know what opening credits are. They're just gonna be confused. Like, what is this shit on the screen? I'm confused. I can't read. I don't know. In like the first 10 minutes, I think Jason Momoa like licks an NES cart, like straight up. Like, I don't know if that was improvised or what. Apparently, licking could theoretically clean or moisten the contacts, but I mean, the saliva would corrode it over time. It says that the myth might stem from people confusing it with blowing. Excuse you? Like my NES cartridge any day. I'm kidding. Bad. All the characters were weird, and like the amount of establishing Jason Momoa's character has to the other three who are like isekai'd into Steve's world is strange. It's very strange. This movie feels like it had an insane amount of cuts, and this cut is like a hodgepodge. Like, this is just the best they could do, I guess. But I don't know. Like, you learn that these kids' mother is like dead or something in like a scene, and it's never like, it's brought up like I think once again, whereas like you might have some like heart in the movie, more heart if you would go into that a little bit, but they don't. They just mentioned that their mom made like a weird tater tot pizza. I don't, but like Jason Momoa's character, like you see like his whole like backstory, and it gets like a mockumentary style like narration over it, which was weirdly funny at a few points. I was surprised even at myself. I was like, little Jared Hess showing through maybe, even though I don't think he wrote it. Some of the weird Jason Momoa stuff was funny. Like he was doing like finger exercises for like gaming, because he's like some video game, like faded out video game champion. But like, yeah, compared to him, the other characters just barely got anything, which was weird. Very, very weird. They're like actually like both the kids and what is her name? Isn't that the Peacemaker girl? Yeah, no, I actually, so Danielle Brooks is the black woman in the movie, and I like her. I think she's actually a great actress. I've only seen her in Peacemaker, but I really liked her in Peacemaker. She's great. She was like the only other actor in the movie I was like familiar with, besides Momoa and fucking Jack Black. They barely gave her character any establishing either, in like literally the same scene, like after you learn that the kid's mom died. Jack Black was the only one who didn't feel like he was kind of maybe there not just there for the check, and maybe went into this thinking it was going to be something different than it ended up being. Because I know Jack Black is a gamer, so and I know that like throughout the movie he like the lapis lazuli thing, like he ended up like falling in love with parts of the game and like going crazy on the fucking production server that they had going, which was cool. And it's kind of sad because it's like, damn, what could this have been if you had like a bunch of Jack Blacks behind this? Like, damn, this movie could have been fucking something, huh? If you had a bunch of people with as much enthusiasm for Minecraft as Jack Black, right? Even so, I felt like, I don't know, their acting was fine. The kids were kind of, the older one was, she isn't even a kid. She's like a 23-year-old actress, actually. I'm just not too familiar with her either. Emma Myers. She's been in a bunch of TV shows. I don't know. They were kind of annoying. The kid, anytime that fucking young, the kid, the boy was on screen, he just looks like a child Paul Rudd. Like, I'll put it up, but like, please tell me if I'm crazy or not. But like, every time I was seeing him, I was just like, oh my god, if they ever need to do like a flashback in anything for like Paul Rudd as a child, like, you call this kid up like ASAP, because that is a child Paul Rudd. It was really funny to me. It took me out of it a little bit. Weirdly enough, I would say of them, that kid actually probably was the best. Weirdly, he was giving it some, and seemed like he was kind of maybe excited about some of it. I don't know. The movie's weird. Acting is weird too, because like, you can't do much. It's hard to do a lot when you're just like fucking George Lucas prequels, acting on a blue mat with a blue background with a blue fucking ball on a stick held by a blue man in front of you. Jennifer Coolidge is just like she's there for the moms. Like, she's literally there for the moms, like to give the moms bringing their kids a laugh. Like, that's all she's there for. And actually the funniest scene of the movie isn't even a scene in the movie. I think it's like a deleted scene essentially, or like maybe it's like a mid-credit scene, you'd call it, as like a joke. It's just a little scene that plays in a box during the credits. And I'll talk about it at the end. I'll talk about that at the end. I'll make a note. I actually have it there because an actor shows up for that fucking one scene that I was like, what is happening? But yeah, her character's fucking weird, and there's weird shit. Her character has weird divorce humor. She's playing the same character she plays in any movie she's playing that comedic funny role in. It was it again had no place in it and took you out. Even so, it led to a pretty funny joke with the villager at the dinner, her hitting the villager with her car, as you've seen in some of the fucking clips, I'm sure. In retrospect, maybe just visually that was some of the funniest stuff. I don't know. It's not a high bar for this movie. It's not a high bar. Oh my god. Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge makes like a joke about like having raccoons in her pussy. Like, what? Like, I'm trying to remember it, but like, I was so astonished. Like, yeah, that was another moment, like the piglin being stabbed, where I was like, what? I was like, huh? You just said she's got raccoons in her pussy. That was essentially they were like, she was like flirting with Jason Momoa's character, and like that was what her like sentence ended with. And then Jason Momoa was like, whoever divorced that woman was like an idiot or something. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? But yeah, all of the human stuff just bogs this shit down. There's so much school stuff that has nothing to do with Minecraft. They asked the AI, like, the AI was like, put in this weird school plot about the kid proving himself to the school, after he, like, blows up the town's potato mascot. Like, what the fuck? They just were trying to really, like, fucking put all their eggs in all baskets in terms of trying to relate to fucking anyone walking in and just failing. It's like, you don't need to try that hard. And it's like, it just bogs the movie down. We don't care. It has nothing to do with Minecraft. Like, I don't give a shit about how this kid is seen at this school. Like, clearly the kid doesn't either. He would rather be in the Minecraft world. That's why the plot reminds me of Jumanji, because yeah, it is. They straight up like, oh my god, why would you use Jumanji as a fucking blueprint, fucker? Fucking. I'm getting mad because it's like, yeah, it's a bunch of they find the random MacGuffin that lets Steve go into the Minecraft world because Jason Momoa is playing Storage Wars. Like, that's literally it. It's like, just like Jumanji, where the characters accidentally wander into the basement and play the game. And then the MacGuffin, they don't even make it like visually creative. It's just literally a tesseract straight out of Avengers, just a glowing blue cube. You can do anything else with it. Like, there's so many cool Minecraft items. There's like a totem of undying, like a little gold dude. Like, you could have done anything. You could have, I don't know, made it like anything other than, I don't know. This like movie just so lame. There's one aspect of the plot that I like, and it's the motivation. One of the motivations that gets Steve to meet with the characters, which is his dog. In the movie, the fucking piglins are like, yeah, we have your dog, so you need to go get that fucking blue cube, or else we're gonna hurt your dog, when they really don't have the dog. The part of that I like is that it's like they took like very few things out of like I would call Minecraft memes. Not memes in the traditional way, but like memes in like the Kojima way. Like these are like just notions and like just running jokes and have been things in Minecraft for like ever, and they're like established. And one of those is how that first dog that you get in a run, or just like your favorite pet in Minecraft, like you would do anything for. In a multiplayer server, like you protect them with your life because your friends know how much they mean to you and your friends are trying to fuck with them. Or like if something happens, it's like the worst thing ever. Like they mean the world to you. Like you treat them like a real pet. Part of that is the joke of that, right? But this movie does take that and run with it and makes it like a big part of Steve's character and a motivator, which works. I just wish it was in a better movie, but that was one. It was like, it is itself a joke, but is also smart writing because it's something that every Minecraft player can relate to, which is cool. I did like that. That's one. I could give this movie very few things. That's one thing I can give it that it did cool. I guess I could give it another thing like that relating to the plot. It does this cool kind of thing that a lot of us can relate to, where whether it's just like your parent looking over your shoulder, or like you're on a multiplayer server with a bunch of people, this thing that happens where you'll bring people into what you have built and you'll show them, and it's exciting. Or the feeling of bringing, I think a lot of people that go to see this movie will have done is bringing people into Minecraft. I know I've done this and like teaching them the ropes and shit. And, you know, that's something this movie does play with well in some ways, and others not so much. Because, like, you could use that as a cool way to teach the audience, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what this movie wants out of its audience or knows who it is. Nevertheless, I like the world building of this, that Steve has been there for a while and has, like, a bunch of shit set up. He's got like the village functional. He's got like stashes everywhere, which is like I think that's kind of cool. That's like something like I think like I know I do in like survival. Like I leave like stashes in places like because you never know what you're gonna need where. That's something we've all done, you know, is going around and showing off our shit to people in Minecraft. So that's one other kind of element like that I can give the plot. Because that is a big element of the plot, is just kind of, it's like a, how much of the budget was just them paying for the fucking Beatles song, but it is a magical mystery tour throughout his Minecraft world, even though I just got mad again. Minecraft has how many biomes? And in this movie, you see the forest biome. One of the characters literally says like, we had to cross 2 biomes to find you or something. And I'm like, we didn't see that shit. Yeah, that's fucked. Actually. Like, oh, there we saw like a dark oak forest because there's some like mountains, but like there's no desert. There's no ice area, no like huge crazy mountains, like yeah, they just neglected a lot. Yeah, the end entirely. I think that's why I enjoyed, like, one of my favorite like visual areas or like just like set pieces in the film was the woodland mansion, because it looked like straight out of the game, which is cool. And it was actually like kind of creepy on the inside when like they were in there, besides the chicken jockey fight. But yeah, and that's because I think they literally straight up just took it like out of the game, and it was like moody lighting. Oh god, there's another scene. There's another part in that woodland mansion scene where like the kid is looking at the Enderman, and then when he's looking at the Enderman, it's like a creepypasta. He sees all the other characters with like the Enderman's eyes like popping up in like a haze, and he's having like a haze, and they're like saying like mean shit about him and like what he thinks that they think about him, like his negative internal dialogue. Just, you don't need to, the Enderman doesn't do that. The Enderman looks at you and like screams and then runs at you. Like, he doesn't fucking shouting gun you. He's not fucking putting you in Suki no Mi, like. And then, God, even this movie isn't safe from trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy and have a music fight scene. Steve shows up to the characters and says, "I am Steve," and then I don't know if it's before or after, but then like a fucking song plays and Steve bare knuckle beats the shit out of a bunch of zombies. It's not even that creative. Jack Black ragdolling around a bunch of fucking zombies, and like he breaks off one of their arms and was like, that doesn't happen in Minecraft. I don't care. No, it's just like if it was funny or creative, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but it's not. It's just like, it's like, oh look, Steve beats a zombie with a zombie arm. I'm like, okay.
The next day.
It has been a day. I've slept on the film since I was talking about it super late last night. My feelings have not changed. If anything, that movie feels like a fugue state. It is insanity. And I've already, I think, talked about it way longer than I expected or wanted to, but it's fine. It's yap worthy, I guess. I actually tried to went and like decipher some of my notes today, like while I was at work. One extremely weird element of this film is this weird, like, what starts as a rivalry but quickly blossoms into a bromance between Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Holy shit. It's fucking like straight up toxic yaoi in Minecraft isekai. It's like this movie's got it all, man. But yeah.
Son of a gun. You thought I was gonna say son of a bitch, didn't you?
First of all, Jason Momoa's character is so arrogant and fucking annoying, and is like, it's like trying to be that classic arrogant gamer thing. Jason Momoa is annoying as fuck, arrogant, and then that turns into him like not wanting to hear anything Steve has to say or teach him, and that turns into this weird like rivalry between them, which has an arc at the very least that is kind of nice, I guess, for some kids. Like, you could, I don't know, I'm trying to get the fucking least out of it that I can. It's weird. It's definitely actually gets annoying early on because you're just like kind of like to Jason Momoa's character, the audience is just like, come on, dude, like clearly this guy knows what he's doing here, and his character just gets annoying. But yeah, it leads to this scene, this infamous chase sequence with the elytra, where Steve gives the elytra to the two newer characters, the two guys, Jason Momoa and Child Paul Rudd, and then he's like, oh shit, I forgot to bring one for myself. Also, I'm very confused as to how the inventory thing works. They never go into that. Like, the movie shows that you could pick up the little items, right, when you break blocks, but it never goes into how that works. Or do you have a HUD on your eyes, or what is it? How do you decide what is in your inventory? It's weird. It's very weird. Steve is stupid in this movie, kind of, which I guess kind of maybe relatable to the average Minecrafter. I'm kidding. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Steve, that's where the fucking Steve diving, like fucking Deadpool 2 comes from. It's a really funny shot. It is really funny. Like Steve dropping a pencil dive like a fucking bullet. So the kid and Jason Momoa are flying the elytra while some enemies chase them on the flying ghasts or whatever. Then you find that Jack Black has grabbed onto Jason Momoa's leg, and in a Fast and Furious style tense moment, Jason Momoa and Jack Black mid-flight chase sequence do what Jason Momoa's character calls we have to make a man sandwich, and Steve is very against it, but Jason Momoa just keeps like doubling down. It's like, we have to do it to survive, and it's clearly like awkward, but it really felt like a joke out of like Grown Ups or something. It was so out of place and so weird, which is why it is kind of amazing that this joke is in this movie, where Jack Black and Jason Momoa are essentially mid-air fucking 69ing, and they have to get so tight into each other's fucking groins to fit through like a hole in a rock face that has blown up. Jack Black is like climbing Jason Momoa's ass like a fucking cliff. On one hand, it's insanely peak bad movie funny. That is like the peak bad movie funny. It's hilarious in that way. On the other hand, does not belong in a Minecraft movie at fucking all. It's hard. But something that chase sequence started to really make apparent for me, but also before it, some of the village scenes. So the CGI, the world and the models all look really good. I'm not they're ugly. I think they are ugly, yeah. And they look like those weird real-life Pokemon art that people make, or a Minecraft HD texture pack, you know, all the memes that were coming. It is very much like that. On the other hand, doing a Minecraft live action movie that takes place with people like us in live action, it looks actually good in some shots. In some shots, this is a big exception. And also, I believe some of the costumes were maybe like semi-practical, it looked like, from some of the stuff about the work print I was seeing, which I'm not gonna show any screenshots or anything here because all that's getting taken down on Twitter and I don't want to fuck with that or risk that. Anyways, yeah, the CGI, when it's a background in a tighter shot, or when it's in like a moving chase sequence, like I need to talk about the minecart chase, which I actually kind of liked. I think that might have been one of my... I don't have many scenes I like in this movie. If there's one I did somewhat enjoy, it was that minecart one, because it had a good joke, super relatable, and had some good tension. It's very short though. But anyways, yeah, the CGI in those shots, it looks good. Also, if it's this is where it gets weird. The wide shots where there's no humans green screened in look fine, but as soon as you get a person in the wide shot, I don't know, even some of the medium shots looked pretty bad. Yeah, a lot of those wide shots with people green screened in looked horrible. And they really took me out of the movie. It reminded me of the like the awful green screen in, like, I think like Black Panther 2. There were very specific examples it reminded me of. But yeah, that was something that shouldn't be there in a movie of this budget, and with the, you know, money and studios behind it, right? So I think that maybe they rushed it a little bit, probably, or I think it was a combination of rushing, a lot of CGI that needs to get done, and those people, like I said about a lot of the people I think that worked on this movie, were just there for the check, unfortunately, or to just do their job or fulfill their contract or whatever, and that's fine. How a lot of movies need to get made these days. It's how a lot of good movies get made too. It's just unfortunate when I think it's like of this magnitude, right? Like, I think the only person we heard about in the media like being excited about this shit seemed to be Jack Black because of the stories that we heard and stuff, right? Weird, very weird. So this movie, you don't get the end or the Ender Dragon at all, but you know what you do get is an America's Got Talent parody joke, the Nether's Got Talent, and a pigman dancing to Pig Step. So Lena Raine got probably a nice is gonna get a nice royalty from this forever. The other features of Minecraft music that they had, I think, were good. I actually liked the way that the movie opened with that classic music you always hear. I mean, the movie is already pretty much a failure, but at least it did that. But yeah, I would not expect Pig Step in this film over shit like, you know, the end. A very strange visual choice I noticed had no point whatsoever being in the film. At night, if you look in the foreground and background, for some reason, I have no idea. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there were. So there's like there was one shot where it was this one scene where it was super apparent, where it was the two girls walking through the forest at night, and there's all these little fires on the ground, like around the trees, and they're not torches, and they didn't look like arrows, and I don't think any fire arrows had been fired, and the arrows would have stuck into stuff. So what the fuck were they? They didn't need to be there. It would have made the scene and the look of the scene and the cinematography more creepy if you had taken those lights out entirely. And it was just a weird choice to me, and it was something really small like that, but it took me out because I was like why? Yeah, the title drop, I guess you would call it. I don't know, where one of them is like, let's mine, let's craft, let's Minecraft, cinema. Just completely unnecessary. I don't know. Like, no one laughed. I don't know. Like, who was gonna laugh at that? Like, it would have been, I don't know, funnier if Steve, like, just came up with the name and was like, I call this world Minecraft, or I call this, like, in this realm Minecraft, right? I don't know. That's the overworld, I guess. I don't know, man. Another small thing I'll give the movie, I guess, was they save a character wearing armor until the end of the movie. Steve is wearing enchanted diamond armor, minus the pants, which is weird. Okay, so I guess maybe they didn't fully commit to this, but what I liked about it was that they committed to just keeping the armor looking pretty much identical, blocky, the way it does in the game. I thought that was funny because it looked completely ridiculous on Steve. He just looked, he looked like just someone wearing a shitty Spirit Halloween costume that happened to have the texture of a fucking Call of Duty skin. I did think it looked funny. I think it was a good visual gag, but they should have committed and gave him the pants. I don't know, maybe he wouldn't have been able to move around. Maybe it wouldn't have made sense. Maybe the visual designers probably couldn't figure out how to make knees work with it, right? But in any case, I thought that was funny. Even if it was just, like, pointless, really. Like, the armor didn't protect him from... I think she, like, broke some of it or something. Did I talk about the villain? If I need to say anything more about the villain, she was just nothing. She was just kind of pointless. It would have been better, like I said, to just have the villain just be man versus nature and, like, the journey, and then you have the Ender Dragon, or you have an enemy. You don't, maybe they're not the main villain, but, like, they're kind of an antagonist throughout that journey who is, like, throwing rocks in the way or something. But no, this was just pointless, and she was just kind of annoying and just, like, evil for the sake of evil. She kind of reminded me of, like, a worse version of Rita from Power Rangers. It's like if you took Rita from Power Rangers and, like, stripped her down to, like, the barest parts, and she wasn't even funny like Rita is. Roll funny Rita clip.
Hear your evilness, let me help you. Walk with me, talk with me.
Oh, you made me step in a puddle, you nitwit! Get out of my way, monkey face! Don't leave! You'll miss my coming out party! That's when I destroy the nearest planet!
Before I talk about the end credit scenes, which are insane, I need to talk about the final battle. I said, I think, a lot. I guess it's cool that the characters, like, come up with the one thing I will give the final battle is that I like that the characters came together and crafted a plan that involved some stuff they had learned throughout the movie. I don't know. I wish they would have leaned into this more. I thought that they were gonna treat it like a tower defense. Like, I thought that would have been a cool way to do that, because the kid got them to, like, mine a bunch of iron, and then they made, like, an army of golems. And they even, like, joke about how the golems need to be provoked and stuff, right? If they would have just kept building on top of that and did more stuff like that, instead of just, like, oh, here's an army of golems, and then, oh, here's an army of wolves, and then I'm gonna just blow up the portal, which shouldn't blow up, and shoot my tater tot at the thing. Yeah, it just didn't really feel rewarding. It was very anticlimactic. And then the movie ends with this emotional thing where Steve is going to stay, but he's gonna let his dog go to the overworld for some reason to the human world when the dog doesn't even look like it wants to go. And it's this whole thing of them like, oh no, Steve, you should come. And Steve's like, no, I have so much more I want to do here. All for Steve to just say fuck it and go back at the end. So it was like, okay, what was all that for? And then, I don't know, we see Steve like become friends and do a rock song in the human world, and it's like, we don't care about that. I don't care who Steve was in the real world or what he's gonna do there after Minecraft. Like, unless you make it really fucking interesting and make me care. This movie did not make me care at all. And just brass tacks, like on the surface level of Minecraft, I have more interest knowing like who, like, I don't know, like what you could do in a Minecraft movie with like, just like what I was getting at earlier, what you could do if you expanded upon existing stuff in the universe, or just gave character to different entities in Minecraft. You could have done so much. The Lego movie, great example of that. It just made your classic Lego construction worker the main character. Simple as that. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. And it's not like they went and made a real person become the Lego construction worker and then send him back after he was a Lego man for a while. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It tries to show you that like, oh, the kid got creative because of the Minecraft world, and it's like, oh, she learned survival skills because of the Minecraft world. And I guess it's showing like, I don't know what maybe people take out of the game IRL, but I think it missed the mark a little bit. It's like, that's surface level, but I think what it is about more is like getting out of situations creatively in the world, making big stuff and projects that you are really proud of and that come to fruition. And that's not a fucking jetpack, because you're not making a fucking jetpack in Minecraft. You're making architecture or like redstone projects. And it's like, you know, people have made like working computers in Minecraft, right? So it's like, you have Steve here who's kind of basic. What would happen if someone smarter came into the Minecraft world and then started doing shit? It's like they just missed so much opportunity to do so many cool things with what they had here and with this IP that they have. Like, it's literally clay. Like, you do whatever you want with it, and they just decided to go the cheapest, easiest way they could. I will get on to the last two things I want to talk about. There are these two end credit scenes, because they are fucking insane. The doctor's office scene with Jennifer Coolidge and the villager, it might be the best scene in the film, and it feels like something they either cut or they deliberately just made a mid-credit scene. This movie just makes all sorts of shit up. It's fucking awesome. They're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's great. The villager looks at the camera, or looks in the direction of the camera, and starts and his voice comes out, and it's fucking the most eloquent English voice, and it's Matt Berry. You know, Laszlo from What We Do in the Shadows. You know, super iconic voice you're very familiar with probably if you're on the internet enough or watch enough TV shows. Wasn't expecting that at all. And then he's like, through the power of love, I have learned how to speak your language, and she has learned to speak mine. And then Jennifer Coolidge like does some like villager mumbling, and there's like subtitles. It actually got, I laughed. And it was not me laughing at the movie. I was legitimately laughing, because I guess part of me was laughing at the movie because I was like, why save this for the end? put this in the middle of the movie, make it a fucking plot point at that point. It would have made this piece of shit at least more enjoyable. Like, I remember the fucking Jennifer Coolidge raccoon pussy joke more than, like, any of the Minecraft shit, man. Like, it's not right. And then, I think I was on my phone texting people or something. I ended up staying to the end because I was like, okay, there's probably going to be a final credits scene. And of course there is. And it's Steve. And he shows up his old house. And he's like, oh, is there that thing in the attic? And then there's a red-haired girl, and she's like, oh, the chest? And he's like, yes. And he's like, can I come up and get it? And she's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, what's your name? And she's like, Alex. And then it's like, it's just straight up a Kingsman Hitler's thing. Like, beat for beat. It's so funny. It's so pointless, too. It's like, who cares? It's like, we got Alex before the Ender Dragon. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, man. What the fuck was this movie? If anything, this was worth it just for me to get this ball rolling. Runt review is supposed to be just very brief stream of consciousness, me talking about something and getting the review out pretty quick, and it's not super heavy. Maybe I do some light research right on the other monitor, but would I recommend you go see this? No. Do not go and pay money to go and see this. If you have morbid film curiosity like me, and you really like bad movies, and you just need to see this piece of shit on the screen, go see a matinee, go to a discount Tuesday or whatever, or just wait for this thing to be streaming, because I can guarantee you it is going to be streaming really fast, because I don't see this thing doing better than the first weekend or two. Apparently it's on track to make its budget in this weekend, which I'm very surprised about. I think it's only doing that on its name and the fact that it's just the Minecraft movie. We'll see how the second weekend does. I would bet, if I had to, that it makes maybe a little bit more than its budget, but I don't think it's going to do much. I don't think it's going to make much more than its budget. And I really hope it doesn't make enough to greenlight a sequel. If they could make the sequel better, sure. But if anything, I think that they should do some animated spin-off. Do an animated spin-off, or I don't know, something else. Something more in line in Minecraft universe. I don't know. I think that shitty fucking Telltale game had a better start of a story than this did. And I barely remember that. But in any case, if you made it to this point in the video, I want to say thank you for watching. Sitting through a new creator's video just yapping about a shitty movie this long is a tall ask. So if you did that, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. That's I'm just trying to be genuine. Because I owe it to that, and I feel that's how I feel. Yeah, not very good at saying that, but I hope my actions and the way that I try and talk about this maybe expresses that. But in any case, have a good time, whatever it is for you. Please remember to like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment. Did anything I say you disagreed with? Did you like this movie? What would you do different? I don't know. Chicken Jockey.